Hello, goodbye, and hello again. Welcome back to Drifter Carbon and to another Minecraft texture pack review. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I'm trying to grow my channel and I'd like these videos to reach more people. So today we're having a look at Actions and Stuff 1.0 by Oreville Studios, and this is kind of a special texture pack because it's an animation and texture pack. So there's new animations for quite a few things in Minecraft in this pack. As well as a full texture pack as well, which we will be looking at, and I'll try to show off as many of the animations as I can. The description says the animation pack you didn't know you needed. Bring your world to life with new animations, particles, textures, and more. Player animations, first and third person, new and improved mob animations, 3D item models, and that does include stuff like animated 3D models for some of the held items, like buckets of axolotls and stuff, which is pretty cool. Custom armor, a complete and faithful texture overhaul, compatible with vanilla textures or your own texture packs. How that works is that if you set Minecraft to use the 16x textures, the 16x resolution of textures, then it will be the complete package that has just the base, the custom texture pack and all of the custom models and all of the animations. Or you can set it to either use the default Minecraft textures, or the textures from another texture pack. So you can layer another texture pack on top of the animations from this one and use it that way, which is pretty cool. So it's like, okay, you don't, if you prefer a different texture pack, you can still get the animations, which is nice. And it says so much more. So there are 6 skins. Let's scroll down here and look at the skins. These are the skins that it comes with. Not sure what this person is. What is this one? It just says avocado. Are they literally a living avocado? I think they might be a living avocado. There's also a bee person. Hold on. Mute my phone. So yeah, and here's the other textures. So that's cool. The other avatars, I mean. Alright, let's go ahead and jump on over to the texture review world. Alright, here we are in the texture review world, and right off the bat you might notice that my sword in my hand looks a little different. That's because there's this pack has custom animations for all of the tools and weapons and so forth. Hold on, let me turn this around where you can see me better. Very cool. Very cool. Alright, and let's go ahead and set off a firework first of all. Very neat. It was like a custom animation on the firework as it was going up to throw a snowball. They're like actual, instead of just being the icon that you're throwing, it's actually throwing a little cube of snow. A wind charge. Very neat. And of course, like I was saying, things in buckets show up as actual like 3D objects in your hand. So I think we'll keep this guy in our hand while he can join us on our adventure today. Starting off by looking at things that grow. You can see very kind of normal looking trees so far. That's what the mushrooms look like. Kind of a fun carved pumpkin and jack-o'-lantern there. I like it, I like it. Various flowers. These are all custom. They're just very similar to default Minecraft. The goal of this texture pack was, I guess, to be as interchangeable with the default as possible. I would imagine, just by going by the general vibe of things. I'm fairly certain this stuff is still too new. I don't think that's custom yet. I haven't seen it enough times to know instantaneously. But here's mushrooms, giant mushrooms. Oh, hold on. Oh, look at the little axolotl. Like he jumps, he bobs around in the bucket when you jump and fly and stuff. That's interesting. Wasn't expecting that. Here's logs and planks. Very, you know, these are a little fuzzier than the default textures, but that's fine. So far, I'm thinking these textures are good, but I tend to prefer when things are a little more different from default. Here's sandstone. That was dirt, sand, and gravel, moss, etc. Here's sandstones. There's your carved sandstone. Your suspicious sand and gravel. Here's stone and stuff. So all very usable because it's easy to tell what it's supposed to be if you're familiar with the normal Minecraft textures. Polished stone. These all look good. Cobblestones, bricks, stone, bricks, blocks, etc. Some of this stuff is different. Here's glass. As you can see, there's they didn't do anything terribly crazy with the glass, but at least it's easy to see through. Wool. Fly up again so that I can quicker navigate. Concrete powder. Concrete. Does have a little bit of a texture to it, but it's kind of hard to see from certain distances. Terracotta. Here's the glazed terracotta. Here's ore. Pretty easy to see the ores. Nether ore, deep slate ore. Here's amethyst. Random lonely magma block. These sponges, you can barely tell the difference between the wet and the dry sponge, but you can tell. Light sources. Oh, light sources. While I'm thinking about it, let me actually put a torch into my hand for a second here. I don't think I need this raw cod. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. I had a phone call. Yes, as you can see, the torch looks pretty cool. It's got like it's actually burning. A little burning animation on the torch. Let me put my axolotl back in my hand. There we go. You can see that this was updated recently enough that the bulbs are here. They're custom. There's the I keep trying to call them campfires, but they're no, I guess campfire is right. I in the past I've tried to call them fireplaces, but they're called whatever. Moving on. Here's miscellaneous light sources. Is that a different jack-o'-lantern face than the one we had over here? Is there more than one jack-o'-lantern? I may have to plop down another jack-o'-lantern and see if there, or like several jack-o'-lanterns. It is! There's more than one jack-o'-lantern. I've never seen that before. That's very fun. That's an extra little detail there that they didn't have to do. We gotta find jack-o'-lanterns now and place some more behind this so that we can see if there's even more designs. Where are they? What category is that under? That's a nature thing, I guess. And we will... Oops, well, it might actually help to have it in my hand. Place a few more of these down. Yeah, there's a few different jack-o'-lantern faces. That one's like a kitty face. We saw that one. I think that's all of them. Okay, well that's interesting. I doubt we're gonna see another pack that does that. That's makes this pack stand out all on its own, but there's quite a few other things that make this pack stand out in the current marketplace. So I do like the light sources. Here is signs, very readable. Nice, you know, I do like that the dark wood signs are not so dark that you can't see the text from a distance. Very cool. Hanging signs look good as well. There's the monster spawner. Forgot my axolotl. And here's fences and gates. Pretty standard stuff. Dried kelp block. Diamond, lapis, gold, emerald, and redstone blocks all look pretty normal. These two are a little fancier than usual. Iron block. Here's rock, copper, gold, and iron. There's a lodestone, prismarine, slime block, honey. Breezing through a lot of this because there's not much to say about it. Bone block, hay bale. Here's quartz. I do like the quartz. That's kind of a different pattern on that quartz, at least. Here's copper. Here's the ladder. Let's look at doors. Looking like they went for a slightly more detailed version of the default doors. And there's your copper doors and your new door, your pale oak door up there. But you know, I mean, if you like the default Minecraft textures, and I do, then you know, just seeing a slightly different version of it is not a bad thing. I would have preferred they be different, but it's fine. Trapdoors. Yes, same story as the default Minecraft trapdoors. Just some of them look slightly nicer. Bookcases, etc., or they have more detail. I mean, you know, it's up to you whether they look better or worse than the default. But here's bookcases, enchanting table. All pretty standard stuff. Here's the beds. Now this is something special. We're getting some Z fighting here because the beds are right next to each other and they're 3D models that are currently overlapping, but ignore that. But that is a factor. If you stick two beds next to each other with this texture pack on, then you're going to see some Z fighting. But you don't have to use this texture pack at all if you just care about the animations. But then I think you're missing out on the held items and so forth too. I think that's part of the texture pack. But look at all these beds. They're custom geometry and they're all a totally different pattern. Very nice. These are some of the better beds that we've seen for sure. There was one texture pack early on that had like different geometry for all the different beds, and that was pretty crazy. But yeah, here's crafting tables and villager job tables. Pretty standard. Furnaces, the anvil and grindstone. You can tell how damaged your anvil is pretty easily. Here's the cauldrons. There's lava. There's a potion. Here's chests. I guess you can always tell when something's trapped, or at least in this texture pack you can. There's a little bit of a red ring around. I was thinking that wasn't always the case, but maybe that's certainly the case in this pack. Barrel, jukebox, and note block. Here's an empty armor stand. You'll notice that the empty armor stand has a totally different geometry to it, which is always nice to see. I think that's the first time we've seen that. Beacon, bell, iron bars. Let me ring the bell in case that's got a different animation. There you go. Here's paintings. Looks like they've got some that are. No, maybe these are all just the default paintings, slightly redrawn perhaps, but maybe the top ones are, some of those are different. I'm not sure. I've not seen the top ones enough times to really know, but these are all reminiscent of the default ones at least. Item frames. Here's rails. Nice bright activated rail there. Here's mine carts. They've got custom geometry as well on them. What's it look like when we ride in a mine cart? Hold on. Zoom out a little bit. Okay. Back in first person and jump out. There is a lot of like Z fighting going on. That's what this is called. This glitchiness is called Z fighting. Oh, there's like sparks that come off when you go over an activated rail. I wasn't expecting that. That's another cute little added detail. Here's some redstone stuff. You can sort of tell when it's a sticky piston. Here's pottery. Cool. Just, it looks a little more cracked and detailed than default, but they're going for the same aesthetic. Scaffolding, banners. Here's boats. They've got kind of like nails in them. Here's the tuff, all of which is custom. Trial spawner, vault. Let me get close enough to the vault that it opens its mouth. Cool. Here's resin. And a target. Okay, let's jump on back. Alright, you can see that the lantern as well. Hold on, let me switch around and then switch back to the lantern. So lantern, maybe it doesn't show as much when you're in first person, but when you're in third person, the lantern dangles in your hand. I can also show off just some of the walking around as well. Different animations on that and jumping. And here's crouching. So it's fun seeing your character animating totally differently than default Minecraft. And let's put a different companion in our hand this time. It's the pufferfish. He's just kind of hanging out, staring at you. Here's the custom armors. Very nice. There's a few, at least a couple different styles here. Very cool. The diamond one is slightly different from the gold one because the gold one has a taller crest on the helmet there. And the netherite is totally different, so that's fun. The swords as well look slightly different from each other. Always nice to see some different aesthetics on the weapons and not just color swaps. Here's the oh, by the way, the turtle helmet, you know, that you get from the scoots that the turtle drops when they become adults or whatever. It's an actual like live turtle that sits on your head, and it does look like that when it's on your avatar as well, not just the armor frame. Here's what the elytra looks like, and the shield. Pretty standard stuff. Kind of a cool trident in this pack. Here's the bow and the mace. The mace has a custom 3D model. And let's look at armor trims. Oh, that's right. I gave this guy a wind charge at some point on accident. So he's still got that. But I guess that shows off the model more in this pack. But these are what the armor trims look like on the custom 3D model. I think they did a good job so far. Fun. They did have to kind of redesign some of these in order to apply properly to the new armor. These are amethyst armor trims on iron armor. I'm not sure this one's working the way it's supposed to. It just seems to kind of, there's barely any armor trim on the body, and then the one of the shoes is covered. But the rest of these look like they're working fine, and they seem different from the default armor trims. Here's items. We have the weapons and tools first, and they are different from each other. Very cool. Here's the compass. There's the horns. I will be blowing one of the horns in the second world that we go to. The stronghold below template world that I show the end in. Here's horse armors, potions, various foods, music discs. Here's things in buckets. All of the things in buckets can they will, let's put a salmon. I always pronounce it salmon instead of salmon. Now we have a salmon in our hand in a bucket. Here's minerals, all based on the default textures. And there's the new items. All right, let's go ahead and look at some mobs, which is going to be one of the biggest selling points of this pack, is the animations on the mobs. Here's what a bench or a couch would look like. Here's what a water cooler would look like. Oh, excuse me. Here's chickens. Let's watch some of the mobs as they move around a little bit. Cool. Nice animated chickens. The bees, his hitbox seems to be a little bit above him. This is the second time I've seen a pack have that problem. Here's the cows. The mobs look fairly similar to default, but their animations are drastically different. That is definitely the main thing that you're buying when you buy this pack. Cute piggy animations. Here's the sheep. They're funny when they bend down to eat. The wolves. Let's have the wolf stand up for a second. No, I don't want to hit him with anything. I just want... What can I have in my hand that's not going to spawn something? I will just have an empty hand. I was going to have him stand up so we could see him animate a little bit. Come on, walk around, wolf. There you go. That's what the wolf looks like. Sit down. Here's the polar bear. Oh, he's kind of funny when he turns. His back leg kind of rotates in an odd way. But yeah, here's the ocelot. Its tail looks different. Kind of sticks up in the air more. Here's the cat. You can see what the cats look like when they're running around in this enclosure, because I didn't tame these ones. So there's the kitties. Here's the mushroom. Oh, big black eyes on the mushroom. That was a fun animation. What was it doing there? Snorting or something? The mushroom. Here's the bat. Yep. The parrots. They flap around. The bunnies, the rabbits, rather. Makes all of the mobs a little more lively and animated. So this is I believe the people that made the 15th anniversary pack, that world, that came out a while back, and they had some fun animations on everything in that pack too. Here's the horses. That was the llamas. Here's the horses in horse armor. Here is the donkey. Oh, the donkey and the mule have like chests on their, or like storage packs on their backsides. That's interesting. Oh, let me ride a horse so that we can see what that looks like. Which one of these did I ride before? One of these is already tame. I don't know which one. Hold on. Okay. Let's get back on. Here's what riding a horse looks like. No, come on, fly. There we go. We can be in third person for a little while here. Here's the skeleton horse. They have like saddles on them. The zombie horse. Very zombified zombie horse. Or almost skeletal zombie horse. Let me get back in first person. Here's tropical fish. They have a different animation as well. Everything does. Very swimmy fish. Here's cod. Cool. Let's go ahead and get another thing in a bucket in our hands. What about just a water bucket? That has a custom model, but how about, who have we not had yet? We haven't had a tropical fish. That's what the tropical fish looks like. Here's the salmon. They're kind of, their animation works better when they have more room to swim around, I guess. Here's the dolphin. I need to spawn in a dolphin. There we go. Neat. Here's the sea turtle. And the panda. Walk around some more, panda. It actually blinks. Are they? Do they all blink? They do all blink. Okay. I don't think I noticed that yet. Here's the fox. Cute little fox. The creeper. Wonder what the creeper looks like when it explodes. I don't really want to damage everything in the environment right now. The Endermen, we're going to come out here and find one because I have a bunch that are already loose. Here's what the Endermen look like, especially when teleporting. It's very, very different. They kind of blink. Cool. Let's go back over here. There's the silverfish. Go on and move around a little bit, silverfish. Oh well. The skeleton. Neat. Oh, the skeletons do some fun stuff. Here's the wither skeleton. I guess they all have kind of an idle animation that they do occasionally. The stray. Mobs look very similar to their default selves. The slime kind of bounces around in its slimy outer layer. Here's the spider and cave spider. Interesting. They kind of hop around a lot. The zombie, I'm gonna come over here to see the zombie better. There's the zombie. Here's the bogged. Do something, bogged. His eyes glow. Way more so than usual. That's a fun little touch. Here's Husk. The drowned. And it walks around on the bottom of the ocean. Here's the squid and glow squid. See them better. Get little eyes that move around. Get in the water with them so we can see them a little better. There you go. Here's the witch. Hello, witch. Oh, hold on. I threw a snowball earlier, but what does it look like in third person when on the ground? Okay, so you kind of punch and it throws. Oh, the squid sometimes spins really quickly. Here's the Guardian and Elder Guardian. Kind of a different eyeball on the Elder Guardian than usual. Let's spawn in an Endermite. Oh, that's interesting. They give off a lot of particles in this pack. Magma Cube. Hop around, Magma Cube. There you go. Very gelatinous. A Strider. Yeah, this video is taking longer than usual because I'm spending longer looking at the mobs just to watch some of their animations. The Zoglin, Zombified Hoglin. The Piglin and Piglin Brute. Oh, the Piglin and Piglin Brute actually look different from each other. I knew that one day that would... the Zombified Piglin and Zombified Piglin Brute would be different from each other in one of these packs. They have different outfits on today, so that's fun. Here's the goat. Bah. Axolotls. There you go. Did we see the pufferfish? Did I skip the pufferfish? I might have skipped the pufferfish. Oh well. The Allay have different floaty flying animations, and they spin around sometimes. The frog. The frogs have that they do that thing with their eyes that frogs do when they blink. Their eyes kind of bob up and down. That's fun. The Wandering Trader needs to be spawned in. There you go. So a lot of the value of this pack is not so much in the texture pack itself, although there are some neat little touches that make it an interesting alternative to the usual texture pack. But it also seems like everybody stops and looks at you when you're moving past. The camel. But yeah, most of what your money's going towards is the animations themselves, and a few other touches like some of the custom geometry on items and whatnot. There's the blaze. Here's the ghast. The shulker. There's the shulker. The Vindicator and Evoker look like their usual selves, but with different animations, of course. Let's look at the villagers. Hello, villagers. Fun, different animations that they do. Neat. And this guy has a bit of a beard. I guess this guy looks a little different too. He's got more facial hair. So some of the villagers are different from each other. They're not all just purely identical. Like that one's got a unibrow. I guess they all have unibrows, but this guy has a darker unibrow. Here's zombie villagers. Look over this way, guys. Got strange posture. Here's a phantom. We can actually see the phantom today because it's animating. instead of just sticking its head into the ceiling all the time like it frustratingly tends to do. The pillager. They've got a different posture with their crossbows. It's a little more realistic. You would hold the crossbow with both hands. The ravager. Do something, ravager. Oh, he's got like a mouth that opens. It's got slightly different geometry because his mouth opens and closes as he breathes. I wanted to see you move around, Ravager. Oh well, he's focused on the pillagers there. The Iron Golem and damaged Iron Golem, and you can tell how much damage he has. Here is the Snow Golem and the Snow Golem with its pumpkin carved off. Cool. Kind of waddles along. Here's the Sniffer. Do something, Sniffer. There you go. He's pretty slow. Here's the Armadillo. Do a whole lot. The Warden. Sniffing around. It's looking for you. It's completely blind, but it can tell where you are by your sound. Like he's sniffing for sound. The Breeze. The Breeze looks different because it doesn't seem to have a like a little swirl of wind around it. That's different. I wonder why they went with that. And the Wither, started to call it the Warden again, the Wither, emits lots of smoke and does a little dance. So that's entertaining. Gives all of these mobs more personality. And here is the Creaking, which it is animated, so this pack does have the new content as well. That's interesting. Okay. So this is the first time we've seen a custom Creaking. There you go. That's what the Creaking looks like in this pack. Let me look at the sky. Yeah, the sky and the sun. And okay, let's go ahead and head on back. Actually, I'm going to go punch a pufferfish because I didn't do that yet on this pack. See if I can find them. They are... No, they're with the other fish. I might have missed them entirely. Where did they go? They're over here. Pufferfish. Where's the pufferfish? There's the pufferfish. And punch. That's what they look like. And then they eventually shrink back down. Alright, let's go check out the Nether. Alright, this is the Nether. There's kind of a different... The particles are moving around more than usual, I think. Here's what the portal looks like, the Nether portal. Here's a Hoglin, a couple of Hoglins. They bounce around occasionally, buck around. Interesting, and their eyes glow. A lot of the mobs' eyes are way more emissive than usual. Wonder how much of an impact this pack has on lower end machines. Might make it more difficult to play this on lower end stuff. Here is the Piglins. Here are the Piglins, rather. He's doing something. There we go. Pretty standard Nether, because most of the blocks look the way that they normally do. See these guys when they've got more space to move around. Cool. Let's go look at the forest. Over here, I always try to swing by another biome in the Nether, just for completionist's sake. Can you pass through this? No, that's a solid object. Okay. What are these? Are these... I'm not sure what those are supposed to be, but they... is that like soul sand or I don't know. Okay, here's what the trees look like. Okay, let's go check out the Stronghold Below template world. Here we are in the Stronghold Below template world. If you'd like to create a world that's very similar to this one, when you're creating a new world, next to where you would input a custom seed, there's a button and you click it and it shows you the templates. And this is one that has a stronghold right about here. You would have to dig down, and it's in this little snow village that you start out. Like either you start out in the village or you start out very near the village. So you just need to find your way here. Sorry about that. I forgot to activate the texture pack on this world, apparently, somehow. All right, here's eating a pie. So it looks quite different from normal, and if we bring this around here, you can see that's what eating looks like. Very similar for different items. Here's drinking a potion of strength. And then you kind of leave little, instead of the usual swirlies, you just leave little glowy dots, little sparkles. So let's go back into first person. Eat that. The different foods animate differently when you eat them. Here's blowing a goat horn. And the sound is the same, but the animation is totally different for blowing. Hold on, am I on the ground? Hold on, I did that wrong. I gotta wait for it to finish loading. Finish the cooldown time, I mean. There we go. Now it's animating. Alright. Here's firing the crossbow. I've got a shield in my hand, so it looks kind of strange. I'm just trying to show off as much of this as possible, as much of the animation, since these are kind of a big part of it. And you can see that you're kind of aiming down the sights with the crossbow in this pack. It's fun. You're swinging the axe. And the pickaxe. You just swing it like a pickaxe. Although in real life you would probably swing with one hand. I mean with two hands, but you know. The trident should look different as well. Yeah. Interesting. There's throwing the trident. And what else did we have here? We already looked at the torch. We already looked at the sword. The mace is also different. So you hold your mace in a completely different posture in this pack. And then I've got an elytra on. Let me show you what gliding with the elytra looks like first. Hold on. From the back. There you go. So that's gliding with the elytra. All right, and I was going to show off the mace. Let me take the elytra off my back. So you know, you get the whole gimmick of the mace is you get really high up in the air, and then I did that wrong. I've not used the mace before. No, hold on. How do you do the ground pound? Oh well. No, we'll give it one more try. We'll get really high up in the air, and then hold up the. No, what am I doing wrong? Do you just use it automatically? No, I guess not. Oh well. Anyway, there's some way to make the mace slam down. But maybe you have to be on top of something, but I don't really want to kill anything right now. We already showed off all of that, so I think all we need to do now is explore the world a little. I guess I can stay in this perspective while we fly around. Here's what villager houses look like in the snowy biomes. There is haunted, abandoned village over here. And I'll show off because that's what the cobwebs look like. And over here is a ruined portal. That's what the ruined portal looks like. Here is like frozen water and ice and so forth. And snow. And then we will go ahead and dive down into the stronghold. You do animate as you fall as well. Okay, we're going to go back into first person because that's kind of hard on my eyes and impossible to see. But you could play this game in third person most of the time and get the most out of the animations. They do have, there is custom animations for all of the, first person and third person animations. Here's what a monster spawner with a monster in it looks like. That's pretty standard. The eyes of Ender actually glow or blink. I guess they're just glowing. Glow occasionally. Here's the end portal. Let's go ahead and jump into the end. Pretty quick load time. It took a while to load into the nether for some reason, but the end loaded really quickly. Get a better look at these guys. There you go. Oh, T-posing dragon. Her animations had not loaded in yet. Here is an end crystal. And there is the ender dragon, who has, I imagine, different animations for each of their each of her normal actions. Like she glides, she flies, she has her kind of hovering in place thing. Yeah, so very, very neat. I really like this pack. This is one of the better things that I've actually spent actual money on, I would say. Because it doesn't drastically change the textures of things for the most part. Most things are very similar to the default Minecraft, but enough is different, and all of the animations and all the custom geometry on some of the things, and I mean, just subtle stuff that how the Eye of Ender kind of is one of those objects that they've made a 3D model for, that a lot of the handheld items are now completely different models when they're in your hand, which is very cool. I would say that this is a 5-star pack because you're getting a lot for what you're doing, and if you don't like the texture pack, if you want something that's more different from the default textures but you want to keep the animations, you can layer them on top of them if you select the right resolution on the texture pack. And you have to put the custom texture pack on top of this one if you want the other textures to come through, or you can just do the resolution that uses just the default textures if you're a purist and just want the animations. But this is very cool. I hope you enjoyed this. I enjoyed making it, and got to do a little more today, a little more extra work in order to show off everything, but it was fun. So if you enjoyed this, please leave a like, and please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you next time. Also, if there's anybody that you think would benefit from seeing this video, please share it with them. Or just tell your friends, I guess, because I am trying to grow my channel. I would like to eventually reach 1,000 subscribers. That's kind of my long-term goal. Yeah, so I'll catch you next time. Peace. Thank you. Please like
like, subscribe, and share. Drifter Carbon was filmed in front of an undead studio audience. Beware the radioactive mongoose of darkness.